Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. How are you, Andrea?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am wonderful. A bit tired this morning or this afternoon. I need a green tea. But other than that, I am super excited and I am so grateful to be here with you and to be able to show up with our accountable partnership to share our beautiful insight for today with our followers. And also, I want to announce before we start that we are going to have a special guest tomorrow. I am excited, and I know you are excited about it. And our guest will be able to share with us. You do not want to miss it. If you believe this information um, should be taught to kids so in that way they do not have to go through all this bad habits when they become adult like us. You do not want to miss it, and because our guest for tomorrow will be able to teach us how to and the importance of teaching kids. If you have kids or if you have grandkids, it is a must. If you have family members, I am obsessed teaching this to my family members as much as possible. So, and I am so excited for our guest tomorrow. And how do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm excited. I hadn't talked to him about it, so I'm
I
excited to hear all he's got to say. He's a
I know.
fireball.
Oh
He's
God.
full of energy, full of ideas. I'm excited. We're going to change the world together. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say about it.
Me too. I think tomorrow I feel like we're just going to give him the whole stage and let
Yeah.
him share with us his wisdom because when we mastermind with him, we love to hear him because he is so knowledgeable with this information for adults and then also in, teaching to his kids and and that's what he loves to do. So is going to be very knowledgeable information for people, and we trust that they will be able to take that in and be able to raise a beautiful and happy and just successful kids pretty much, and that's what we want to see for the future generation to be. um, but as far as me and you, our this morning actually for me, I spent past my sleep time yesterday. So I struggled to wake up this morning, and that's why I really don't have that much energy right now, and that's why I would need a green tea after we finish our recording. Yes, I cannot pass 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. is my cutoff time. If not, I'm like a baby. I fall asleep.
You're still texting me way after midnight, so I don't
Yeah,
know what time you got up, but you didn't get much sleep, I know.
yes, yeah. I got up like 5 o'clock to do my routine. But that's the other thing also I wanted to say. So when we have a set activities to do and we don't have enough time, those activities should still be performed, but the hours or the time, the minutes might be cut. We want to continue that habit of practice every single day, even though we might not be able to perform them the hours that we set for ourselves. So that's what I did this morning because it's just practice every day. Showing up is, the key. Would you say the same?
Oh, absolutely. Yes,
Good.
yes. Keep that habit going. Don't get out of that
Yes.
habit. And then later in the day or
Pick
some
it up.
other part of the day, you might be able to pick up the slack. But yes, do definitely stay in that habit. We don't want to erase any of the great work that we've already accomplished.
Yes, absolutely. So that's how I started my day, and I am pumped up right now to be able to share what we have
Yeah.
with the book. Unless you have anything you wanted to share. Okay, all right. And yesterday, oh my goodness, your conversation yesterday was beautiful. Oh my goodness, you shared so much beautiful wisdom, and I loved it. I loved it, and I trust people did listen to you and was to get. And some people did actually respond to your message,
Oh,
and
good. Good.
I know you inspire me. Your message did inspire me. I am one of your 1,000 for sure. So add me on your list, okay?
Yay.
But we didn't get to start with our chapter 6, so today we can do that. And if you would like to start from, if you have highlighted, that would be perfect.
I did. Okay,
Okay.
chapter 6, practical techniques and mental healings. An engineer has a technique and a process for building a bridge or an engine. In building the Golden
I love it.
Golden Gate Bridge. Say that 5 times fast. In building the Golden Gate Bridge, the chief engineer understood mathematical principles, stresses, and strains. He then had a picture of the ideal bridge in his mind. And then the third step was his application of already tried and proven methods by which to implement building the bridge. So these are techniques and methods the same as in our prayer we use certain techniques and methods just like he used in building this bridge. If the prayer is answered, there is a way in which it is answered, and this is a scientific way. Nothing happens by chance. This is a world of law and order. Your prayers must not remain up in the air like a balloon. They must go somewhere and accomplish something in your life. So what I get out of this is that, and it's just like we've been telling everybody, it's not so much what you do, it's the process that you do. And it's just like in building a bridge, building a house, building anything. People are not just going out there and deciding that they want to build something and they're just doing it without the knowledge. And then people be able to drive across that bridge. You have to follow processes. Yeah. And so I think he's using that as an example here, that there's a process in prayer. There's a way to get your prayers answered. They shouldn't be just left like, we think God hasn't answered us. We're not. We need to follow the process. Is that what you get out of that?
Yes. And also what I get out of the process is that we think and picture. So when it comes to, building a bridge or building a house, we first draw out the picture. We sketch the picture. Then we will contact to the right person and need the tools, which is, he said, finding the formats, the proven technique to, for that person to build it for us, or if we know how to build it, to go ahead and implement by using the right tools. So because we do think in pictures, when it comes to our goal, we need to make sure that we actually create a picture. And the way to create a picture of that goal is that create a story about it. And when we do that, it makes it stick. And when we'll be able to keep that imagination, well, we have to use imagination for us to create the picture out of that story. And we have been discussing about how the power of imagination and feelings. So if we don't have a picture, it's so easy for us to get out of it. And also for the mind cannot really hold that vision. So when he say that, the bridge, I really believe that's what he's talking about. We need to have that clear picture, and literally like a picture. We need to create a story out of our goal. What does it look like when you do accomplish it? What does it smell like? We need to use all our senses, actually. When you arrive there, what do you look like? What do you smell like? How do you feel that day? And all of that, and create that picture, just like a structure of a house before it gets built. Then keep seeing that, then eventually we will get there. And that's what I get out of this message, actually.
Beautiful explanation. And also too, write that vision down, write it down, write your picture down, which you are in an awesome habit of doing. You inspire me with that.
Thank you.
Write it down, and the Bible tells us to do that. He says, write the vision down. And you just said why. If you don't have the vision before you, whenever you get discouraged, whenever things don't seem like they're working out right, you're able to put that vision back before you, and it raises hope up in you again. It
Yes.
inspires you again. So
Yes.
yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for bringing that out.
You're welcome. And you know, the other thing is, if you think about it, whenever, you know, if everybody can think about it, whenever someone thinks of another person, and if there's any story involved to it, or another event that had happened, we always seeing it in the picture. It's never in the writing of a word. We always just playing that story with that person, with that place. So because of that, and that's why it's so important for us to do that. And it's so easy, the way we've been conditioned to visualize in a negative way. So when we are entertaining that thought, that vision, is usually, it's like you keep playing over and over and over, and usually it's not that positive. So if we have a picture of that, you know, that desire, that goal, we can bring that back quick. But if we have a bunch of stories and it's really not a picture, it's hard to bring that into, you know, in our vision right away and see it like a movie. So and that's why, you know, it's very important for us to do that, because it's just, and we've been saying, we do use our imagination, but it's not structured in the way we want to use it. So what me and you trying to share people by having a, you know, vision by goal, is let us structure our imagination, so now we will be able to, you know, experience the goals and desires that we, you know, we wish, that we want to accomplish. And this is work. It's not an easy thing, but once we start doing it, it becomes a habit. And so developing that habit is a must, pretty much.
And it's a very rewarding habit, you know.
Yeah.
That's what keeps you going, is that you see that this stuff works,
Yeah.
and the magic that happens in your life, and it just causes you to move forward, you know. It's, you can't help it.
Yes. And you know, it's like the one thing I learned, when you studying like memorization system, that's one of the big thing. Actually, you have to use your imagination to create
Oh.
a. Yeah, you have to use your imagination a lot, and that helps a lot, actually. So one of the thing, the example they use is when you are driving and you come to a stop sign, do you need to read the word, the letters stop in order for you to stop?
Mm.
The picture, right? It just pops in the head. So that's how it is. That's how that goal needs to be created, just like that, a picture, a snap picture. But again, you know, it's a process. People need to learn how to use their imagination, and that's why imagination is so powerful. And you know, Neville Goddard is very big and good at that one.
Yeah.
And in the future, that would be one of our book that we will discuss. Yeah, we love Neville Goddard too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and do you have anything highlighted on that page?
Hmm. Prayer is the formulation of an idea concerning something we wish to accomplish. Prayer is the soul's sincere desire. Your desire is your prayer. It comes out of your deepest needs, and it reveals the things you want in life.
Mhm.
The Bible says, "Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled." That is really prayer. Life's hunger and thirst for peace, harmony, health, joy, and all the blessings of life.
Yep.
And then under the passing over technique for impregnating the subconscious, I have highlighted, know that in your deeper mind is infinite intelligence and infinite power. Just calmly think over what you want. See it coming into fuller fruition from this moment forward. Create that picture in your mind now. If you have not created that picture, create that picture now, like Gigi said. Make it so clear in your mind down to every detail so that you can just pop it in your head at any time. Your vision, your goal, your desire, your prayer is right there. You can
Mhm.
picture it right away. I
Yep.
love
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's just, but we, it's a work, and me and you are also learning again how to move to that snap picture, because then it makes sense, because when you think of your partner in life, you see his face, but he comes with a detail of history about him, right?
Yeah.
But but when you think of him, what comes, his, like his body, his whole face come to you, but he has detailed information attached to him. So, and again, is this something we can teach them in the future? Also comes from learning how to link stories. When it comes to their goal, they need to be able to link their story. So if it is a home, for example, they want to purchase, right? A home has a process. Where do you get to the home? You have a process.
Hmm.
But first of all, we, like for you, when you're visualizing, you look at the picture of the home and you live that life in that
Yeah.
picture of the home. And there is a link of stories that are connected to that
Oh, that's
home.
good.
And so that's how it is, and that's how we create it. And for me and you, our vision is the 1,000 people. There are a link of stories that are connected to it for us to be able to get there. But we start from the 1,000 people in front of our face, then we go backward to work on the vision. So that's how clear it needs to be. The face me and you see, the picture me and you see is 1,000 people,
Hmm.
and that's a clear picture.
Hmm.
Yes, we really don't know, what age and all that stuff, but we visualize 1,000 people. And because of that, that's a clear picture. Then you work down, from the details. But it's something we will share with people how, we can implement that in the future. And I have some things highlighted where it says your subconscious will accept your blueprint. Okay, so I want to read this one from the beginning. If you are building a new home for yourself and family, you know that you would be intensely interested in regard to the blueprint for your home. You would see to it that the builder conformed to the blueprint. You would watch the material and select only the best wood. Still, in fact, the best of everything. What about your mental home and your mental blueprint for happiness and abundance? All your experience and everything that enters into your life depend upon the nature of the mental building blocks which you use in construction of your mental home. And so we used this example earlier, but now our life experience is just as, pretty much for me, what I'm getting out of it is our life experience is just like a finished home. So how do we want that finished home to look like? Do we want it to be unfinished? Do we want it to be not looking nice? No, we want it to look beautiful and perfect. And what do? We select the right material to make sure it matches what we love, what we want to look at, where we want to live at. So because of that, he's comparing our mind and life experience the same way.
Well, you know,
And
what he's bringing out is, I just realized that he's pinning it down, because a lot of us think, we say we have a goal, we know what we want, we know what we want to achieve, but no, we don't. You have to understand that you have to drill down to the very specifics.
yeah,
Like you said, what do I feel that day? What do I smell like? Get it down, get your vision down to specifics. If it's a house, what color carpet, what color walls? How do you want your kitchen designed? Get down to it. Whatever your prayer is, dig down to the little details. I think
yeah,
that's what I get out of it. And
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
we've already learned. You have to be very specific.
yes. And also when it comes to if you want your life experience to be beautiful, happy, healthy, then you want to make sure you are selecting the right material to design your life. You don't design it from outside, you design it from inside. So we've been discussing about, we need to do meditation, we need to do a prayer, we need to do affirmations, we need to insert good information in our mind so we can be able to live in that beautiful home, and which is our body. And and everything just come out on our side. So and that's what I'm getting, the addition that I'm getting out of that story. And then he says, if your blueprint is full of mental patterns of fear, worry, and anxiety, or luck, and if you are dependent, doubtful, and cynical, then the texture of the mental material you are waving into your mind will come forth as more toil, care, tension, and anxiety, and limitation of all kinds. This is so true, because this is why a lot of times we are not where we need to be in life. Mm-hmm. This is why, because once we come to understand this material, everything is there for us. Everything is there for us. And as me and you now, we come to understand this. That's why I call it, it frees your mind. There is no competition. There is unlimited resource for all of us. God did not fail us. He provided us everything. But because of our upbringing, whatever the conditions that we have been raised and informed, it limits us. And all the information that we have in our mind is so worry, is so fear, full of fear for nothing. A lot of the things that I have been fearing about is really, all of it is false. It's false. There are some fears that we supposed to fear. We are programmed that way, and so we can be protected from some danger to happen to us. But a lot of the fears that I have been fearing doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense.
And yet people are getting sick all the time because of those fears. And that's something that I've learned how to do, is that whenever I get all tight in my stomach, when I feel worried and I don't even know what I'm worried about, so I stop and I think, well, what have I been thinking about? What am I thinking about that's got me all tense? And then it'll be something stupid. I'll think of, what I might be worrying about without even being aware of it. And I'm like, and then I'm able to pick it apart and say, well, that's not even going to happen. That's not even a possibility. It's just learning how to think things through so that you're not bogged down by fear and worry and anxiety. You're not sick off those things. It's a whole new way of thinking, but it also is a whole new way of building your body.
Yeah. And everything starts from thinking the right way, and also by communicating internally, and start to living your life in a positive direction. It is a wonderful thing. Like I have said before, I will not trade this path for the world. Okay, the world is mine, pretty much, and I love it. I will share it with anyone who has an ear to hear. I will share it because it feels good. It feels good. It feels good. I really believe this is a path of freedom, and we should be living that way, because it doesn't make sense, a lot of the fears that we have in this world. So I believe we should be able to stop on this page and pick up on next time. And I'm excited about our guest tomorrow, and I will post on Facebook too, so people can be able to catch the video tomorrow. I want them to really catch it. I know I'm going to reach out to some of my family and be like, you make sure you watch this video. Because I want the kids to be happy. I want them to be free and live
they'll have a whole different life when they're our age. By learning this stuff and how to think as children.
I love kids, and they are so magical with their thinking, their imagination. So, but honey, this is it for me.
See you tomorrow, everybody.
See you tomorrow, everybody.